Well, hey there, native plant enthusiasts. This is Santino, Education Coordinator for Bowman's Hill Wildflower Preserve, coming at you with another quick nature note. Today, I want to take a brief visit and dive into one of the largest families of flowering plants that we have. The two largest families of flowering plants are the asters, Asteraceae, and the orchids, the Orchidaceae. And it's the orchid family that we're going to take a look at today because one of its family members is just starting to come out and become active at a time when we typically think of plants as going into a more dormant state and losing their leaves. So the orchid family has about 28,000 different accepted species, and the species that we're going to look at is the only surviving species in its genus. So if we think back to our grade school biology class, organisms are classified by kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. And so within the family of Orchidaceae, this species is the only surviving member in its genus. And that particular native plant is the putty-root. And you can see that right here. And when you look at that, right behind our putty-root, we have a slug visiting. Now, as I said, putty-root is a beautiful orchid, and it develops a single leaf in the fall, which you see here, and that will persist throughout the winter and go until late spring when it begins to flower. And we'll do our best to revisit this plant in the springtime to showcase its gorgeous flowers. But the blooms on this plant will appear in, I'll say, like May, June. At that time, the leaf will die back. So the leaf emerges now instead of later in the season or in the spring because all of the leaves on the trees are falling off and the trees are going dormant. So this plant is able to take advantage of all the extra sunlight that's hitting the forest floor. And it stores up that energy in an underground corm, which is part of this food storage system. And we'll get back to that in just a second. Now, just note that this orchid is by no means a common native plant, but it does prefer living in the kind of mixed hardwood area that you see us in right now. And it's facing huge threats by invasive species. Things like Japanese stiltgrass, as well as garlic mustard, not only compete with the plant for resources, but they also disrupt the underground mycorrhizal fungal associates that this plant needs in order to survive. So as I don't know, really showcase the plant here. Now, as I talked about earlier, it's storing its food in the corm, which is part of this underground network for energy storage. And once the leaf dies back, it uses all of that stored energy for its flower production. Now, it got the name putty-root from its historical use by early settlers to repair broken pottery. As if you take the corm, and then crush it, it produces a mucilaginous, almost sticky adhesive substance, and that's what they used in order to fix broken pottery, which is pretty cool. And again, like I said, what got its common name. So, all right. Well, everyone, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed checking out the putty-root, one of our great native orchids that's active here in the fall. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a like, thumbs up below, as well as if you like these videos, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. A subscription is free and worth every bit of that freeness that you pay, right? And share it with a friend. Help spread the joy that is native plants to others. And hopefully we'll see you here at the preserve someday. Until then, and as always, I encourage you all to keep on experiencing what's natural and learn what's native. Take care, and until next time.